Heidi ho there friends, Bobby here today. Hey folks, today I have a how-to video for you and a story to go along with it that involves faith, guidance from the good Lord above, a John Deere tractor, and a fuel leak. So stay tuned. Okay guys, let me explain, alright? Now I don't mean for this to be a religious video, but I will share a little bit of my faith here with you. I don't mean to push it over on anybody else, but let me just explain, okay? I am a man who prays every day. One of the things that I pray for is guidance from the good Lord above, okay? And yesterday, I received some guidance, okay? Okay, so here we go. Yesterday, I got ready to mow my grass with my John Deere L120 lawnmower, okay? And I went to get on it, and I went to turn the key right over here, and guess what? It did not start. Dead battery, okay? So I lift the hood on my John Deere, and here's the hood. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like when it's shut, okay? Just like so. You know, you never see the engine or anything with it shut. So I raise it. I hook my battery charger up to it, just like I have it hooked up now, because battery's still dead, I need to replace it. But got it hooked up, had it on the charge, let it sit for a little bit, cranked it up, bam, it cranked up, okay? So I get off of the mower and I'm walking around here and I'm unhooking the battery to get ready to shut the hood, and I smell some fuel, okay? And I look up around this area right here, and this fuel line right here coming from, I guess this is like a little fuel pump right here, and there's another line going back to a filter. This must be some type of little fuel pump, that probably low pressure fuel pump. And this line here was spraying gasoline, okay? And guess what's right below that on this mower here, guys? We have your exhaust down here. And I think this is like a heat shield that goes around the exhaust. And the exhaust exits below that, kind of out of the front of the engine. Guys, you know what that could have been? That could have been a major disaster if I wouldn't have caught that. So I'm thanking the Lord for guidance. My dead battery caused me to find a fuel leak that may have prevented my lawnmower from burning to the ground, or possibly my garage, because if I'd have mowed my grass, pulled this mower in here, parked it, walked inside, I may have come out later to a garage that was totally inflamed, okay? So thank you, Jesus. Now, let's get started with how to repair this fuel line. That's what this video is about. We're going to show you how to repair it. All right, guys, in repairing this, first thing we're going to do is go ahead and take off our air cleaner assembly, and it's just these two thumb screws right here. And we're going to pull this off to see if we can gain some access by doing that. And that simply releases and pops out of the way, okay? Now, it doesn't look like that actually gives us any clearance yet, so we're going to have to take a 10 millimeter and pull these two screws out here on the side and see what that does for us. Okay, here's a 10 millimeter headed bolt right here, and here's one right here. I'm going to go ahead and back these out and just see what happens, see if that frees up this cover to gain access to this fuel line that actually wraps up into this area. Guys, I'm also going to take the 10 millimeter socket and go ahead and remove the two bolts that actually hold this little, I guess, low pressure fuel pump in place. I guess if that's what this is, I'm not real sure. I am not a John Deere mechanic, so we're kind of learning together on this one. Okay, looks like we have, this whole cover is going to have to come off of here as one assembly. There's a 10 millimeter headed one here. There's one back here, looks like I'm going to have to get with a wrench. There's one right here, and then there's one right here. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and start working on removing all of these. And then it looks like we're going to end up pulling this whole cover off of here to gain access. Guys, what I have here is a ratchet wrench, 10 millimeter. That's going to come in handy back here on these back two. So if you have one, that's going to be the easiest thing for you to use. Alright, that's the last one there, guys. Let's see if we can pull this thing off. Okay folks, I just now noticed I got this thing loose and I was trying to lift it up, but this actually this piece right here is holding it back. And there are 8mm headed screws. There's 4 of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and back these out, and then we should be able to pull this little cover out of place to free up the other one. As you can see, guys, these screws are about that long right there. They're like a self-threading screw. Okay, with that cover out of the way, guys, makes it easy to pull this cover off. And we got our air filter still attached here. We're just going to leave it in place and lay this down and bring the camera right down here, right over here where you was at, Nathaniel. Nathaniel's doing my film coverage here today. This right here is the fuel line that we're going to replace, okay? Because this is the one that I saw spraying. I can rub my finger down right there. It feels like this thing's actually separated or something. But we're going to go ahead and replace this right now. Now guys, this here is a piece of 1/4-inch fuel line that I found in my toolbox, okay? It's not the John Deere replacement, and actually probably here pretty soon I will go down to John Deere and actually get the correct line, get this line, get a fuel filter, and the one that runs all the way back here. I figure it's probably about time to do all of that. But just for today, just so we can get our yard mowed, we're going to replace this one right here. So we're going to take a pair of needle nose pliers and we're going to pull this clamp back. It's just a little spring clamp. We're going to pull that off, wiggle this just a hair, and we should be able to pull this off of here. I guess that's some type of little fuel pump. I don't know exactly what that is. Maybe this pressurized back there somewhere. I'm not sure. I'm not a John Deere technician. I am an automotive technician. Have been for many, many years. ASE certified and everything, guys, but not certified in John Deere. Okay, so there we go. We pulled the spring clamp back on this one, and now we're pulling the hose off of here. And let's see if we can look here closely and see. Oh, look at that hose. See all that dry rotted? Mm-hmm. All that is dry rotted. That's where all that leak was coming from, guys. Okay. So now let's take this piece of hose and let's kind of line it up here, and we're going to kind of make this new hose about the same length. Okay. Hang on, I'm about to go grab something to cut with. Let's pause the video 1 second. Okay, guys, we're back now. I went and just grabbed a set of lineman's pliers right quick for doing electrical work. Let's see if that works on doing fuel repair work. There we go. All right, so we cut our new piece here, and we're going to take our needle nose, and we're going to go ahead and just reuse these spring clamps. Of course, when I go to John Deere to get the actual fuel line from them, I'm going to get new clamps when I do that day. I'm going to get all brand new fuel lines, and we're going to have this sucker definitely just like factory, because I highly believe in using factory parts when available, guys, whether it's working on your car or working on your lawnmower. I know a couple years ago I put some spindles on this thing, and I went down to my local John Deere dealer and purchased all that. So their hose is installed on that end, guys, and let me back this off just a hair. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and push it up on here, and then we're going to put our clamps in place. And we should have a good repair here, guys. All right, from this point, guys, I'm going to reverse the order that I took things apart. We're going to get everything back together. We're going to crank this thing up, make sure we don't have any fuel leaks, and then we're going to get busy mowing some grass, so stay tuned. Alrighty. Let's see if this goes back together as easy as it come apart. What do you think, Nathaniel? Okay, guys, we got all those started before we ever tightened down any of them. just make sure we can get them all started. So now we're going to snug down all 6 of these screws. We'll be ready to continue on. Okay guys, we're down to the last little piece here to put in place. This, we'll get this started. This little cover that goes on top. We'll get all these started right quick. And then we'll snug them down and we'll be about ready to crank this thing up. Okay folks, now we have our little air filter cover here. I believe it's the last little component that we've got to put in place. And then we'll be ready to fire it up. All right, we're going to fire it up, guys. Alright guys, I've done a little check down here. Does not seem as dry as a bone, so we have fixed the fuel leak. Alright, so now we're going to get busy mowing some grass. We're going to let my son Nathaniel mow the grass. Guys, thank you for watching the video today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you own one of these John Deere L120s, and maybe even some of the other models that they made, this one definitely has the 2-cylinder Briggs motor on it. I would definitely be checking this. If you've had one of these for a long time, check this fuel line, guys, and make sure it's not leaking, and replace them if they are, or maybe even go ahead and replace them before they start leaking. That'd probably be even a better idea. Thank you for stopping by today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you next time. Take care.